My name is Marie Cromerford. I have worked in Wicklow Historic Jail for the last 7 seasons. During that time, myself, other members of staff, and indeed many customers have experienced strange goings-on in this prison. If you would like to follow me, I will begin with 1 or 2 of the stories. These gates are the original gates, and they're here since 1702. Called the gates of hell. They were called that by the prisoners themselves because each man knew once he went through them there wasn't much hope of coming back alive. There is a story connecting these gates with one of our actors. A couple of years ago he was working here on his own, standing where I am, and he suddenly felt somebody or something push him on the back. He got quite a scare. But fair play to him, he continued to work. This is the schoolroom in the jail where the prisoners were taught. The women and the men were both taught by jailers at the time. We've had sightings of a small child in here, seen by several people, a child in rags. Lately, we've had a follow-up to that, and a child's form was caught on camera right here, where I'm pointing. The next story involves about 8 or 9 staff members dressed to do a night tour, and we were waiting here in this area for the tour to begin. And in here, that area deals with the rebellion of 1798, and the whole floor was moving. It was shadows like waves on the sand, going up and down, and every single one of us saw that. This is cell number 5. It's one of our most famous cells. It tells the story of Brian Devlin and his daughter Anne, who came to visit him while he was in prison. But the story attached to this, we had to close this cell off because of a dreadful smell. The staff and customers experienced it. The caretaker at the time came in and he cleared everything out and he cleaned the cell completely. We thought perhaps it was a rat or a mouse or even a bird, because birds often fly into the building. When he was finished, he put everything back. We sealed up the cell, we left it for a day or 2, and when we reopened it, there was the smell of flowers. Very strong smell of flowers. We've no explanation for it, except that it happened. We are now standing in the ship that brought many prisoners to Australia, and on one day, 2 different times, morning and evening, we had customers here, and both of these people saw something up here. They both said when they were leaving, one was a child, "The actor you have in the ship is lovely." He smiled at me. And the lady said, "The man up in the ship was very good, the actor." We asked them to describe the actor. They described a man in old clothes, like a prisoner. We knew there was no actor up here that day. So both those people saw something else. This is a story I like to tell because it happened to me personally. I wasn't long working here when I noticed a mist which forms up here, just over my head, above that walkway. I had seen it on several occasions before I even mentioned it to other members of staff, in case I was going mad. But I saw it one morning again. I asked one of the staff members, did she see anything? And she said she saw a cloud, is how she described it. I have seen this mist many, many times during the last 7 years, and I actually regard it as my mist. These are some of the stories of Wicklow Historic Jail. I am convinced that there are spirits here. I have experienced it for myself. Why don't you come and visit Wicklow Jail and find a spirit for yourself?